Hey, Ledgewood family. I just want to stop a few minutes tonight and take a minute to update you about some stuff that's been going on. Unfortunately, this isn't an update that I've wanted to share with you. You'll also see that I'm sending out the same exact update through newsletter, posting to the YouTube channel, to our Facebook page, and to the website. But this update is about one that we've all seen going on for quite some time now. This year has been absolutely ravaged by this COVID virus that's been hitting us. We've already had to endure multiple issues because of this virus. We've not only had to shut down earlier in the season, we've had to change everything about every way that we do everything. It's changed literally every aspect of our personal lives and then every aspect of our church lives as well. And sadly, we're at that point again. Over the last few months, I've had several of the people in the church and several people outside of the church that are in the medical field kind of watching the numbers for me. Now, these are not the numbers. These do include the numbers that we see on the news and that is sent to us by local government officials, but also it includes numbers that I've been much more interested in, watching the numbers of actual people in our local hospitals, in our local clinics, watching the numbers in the ICUs, watching the number of ventilators used and things like that, so that we can get a much more specific and probably true read of what this virus is doing in our community. After counseling or having some counsel from these specific people, I've talked to the trustees, and to be honest, as hard as a decision this is, knowing that this is the smartest decision, we've decided that we unfortunately are going to have to go back to a time of shutdown. That we're going to have to shut the campus back down and go back to a remote and virtual worship. It's hard to say that is worship, because not hearing you sing together, not seeing your faces respond, even with mask covered faces, being in the presence of God's people in the church together has been such a blessing. And this is difficult to do. But I love you. And I love you enough to do things that, while it may be frustrating to you, I desperately hope that you know that this comes from a place of love for me. This comes from a place of love and concern from the trustees as we go back to another shutdown time. This will be effective immediately. And so after tonight's business meeting, I'm posting this video. I'll be posting all those other ways to get the information out. I'm asking that you would share these videos or share the news with your friends and with your neighbors that attend church, or members of the church or visitors of the church, so that they know as well. We'll be going right back to the way things were several months ago, having just Sunday morning services here online. I'll post these videos and they'll be posted to all the different outlets at 8:30 a.m. each Sunday morning. We will not have any in-person meetings for quite some time. What we're going to do, as myself as the pastor and as the trustees, we're going to evaluate each week. And so we're going to continue to talk to those that are counseling us, checking those numbers and watching as things move forward. And as soon as those numbers begin to go back and hold at a lower place and it becomes safe according to what we're seeing, we'll open back up and we'll do our best to come back in, again following the guidelines from the government. One thing that I say in the newsletter that I do want to say here, this is not something that the government's asking us to do at this point. This hasn't been mandated, this specific thing, by any local government. No federal government, no state government has said this to us. This strictly comes from a place of love and concern from myself and from the trustees. And so that's where this is coming from. So please do not be angry at the government. This is coming from people that are with you in this church, who desire to be together with you. But just know that what's best at this time is to make this adjustment. And so we will be doing that tonight, immediately after the business meeting. And so there will not be any more meetings on the campus until we evaluate and deem that is safe to do again. I hope that you understand this. Obviously, you will have some questions as we move forward. The newsletter that's going to be coming out will have many more details to it, and so that'll be sent out to email. So if you're not getting that, please send me your email at pastorlbchurch@gmail.com, and I'll make sure to add you to that email list. There's several other details. And again, the video will be posted to the YouTube channel, to the website, and to our church Facebook page. I'll have the newsletter to all those as well. And it'll have many more things that you'll want to read there. Please share those and get that information out. But church family, more than anything, what I want you to know is a couple things. One, I love you. I love you. This comes from a deepest place of love from me as your friend, as your pastor. and a place of deep, deep concern. I know that God is able to protect us through this virus, but I also fully affirm the fact that God gives us wisdom through the Holy Spirit and by a multitude of counselors according to the Word. And we need to listen to counselors. And the counselors at this point say that this is the best move. And so we're going to follow wisdom from the Holy Spirit and wisdom from those counselors. And we're going to shut down for a time, evaluating as we go along and opening when it's safe to do that again. We need to prepare ourselves that this could go through the end of the year, could go through a holiday season. There'll be updates to come through that. Again, you can read the newsletter with much more details in it from there. I also want to affirm to you that I hate this. This is not something that I enjoy. This is not something that I envisioned taking place twice now in the first year that I've been here at Ledgewood. None of us knew that this global pandemic would hit. But it is something that has happened, and it's something that we're going to wade through as led by the Lord. And so I do not desire this. I do not enjoy this or like this any more than you do. This is extremely difficult. But my love for you trumps my desire of how to do things my way. And so the Lord is leading us in this direction by allowing this virus to continue. I'd ask you to continue to pray for one another, pray for me, pray for the trustees, pray for the deacons and deaconesses as we wander and lead through this together. We desperately need your prayers. I ask that. And so again, thank you for your understanding. There'll be many, many more updates coming in future days. Look for that newsletter. Send that newsletter out on social media. Forward the email. Call your friends. Call your neighbors and let them know. But as of tonight, right now, Ledgewood Baptist Church, effective right now, will be shutting back down and just praying for God's mercy through this virus. Guys, I love you so much. If you got any questions, you can reach me on my cell phone, area code 901-351-4979, and my email is pastorlbchurch@gmail.com. Guys, thank you for your understanding. I beg your prayers, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.